All right, chapter 17.7. This is oxidation of alcohols. So first, the basics. To oxidize an alcohol, I have to have a hydrogen attached to the carbon. So primary alcohols can be oxidized, and the bracket O bracket just means the general oxidant. It's not about anything specific, but we're talking about an oxidation. So the first step is oxidation to the aldehyde, and then the aldehyde can be oxidized further to the acid. A secondary alcohol only has one hydrogen, so when we oxidize it, we get a ketone, and we're done. And what's critical here is to recognize that when we have a tertiary alcohol, and we try to oxidize it with standard oxidants, there is no reaction. Okay, no reaction. So those are the fundamentals. Now, the key here first is Jones oxidation. Switch up a bit here, Jones oxidation. In Jones oxidation, we have our alcohol, primary or secondary. And Jones conditions are typically generated with chromium trioxide and H2SO4. Now, maybe you've seen the movie Aaron Brockovich, where Julia Roberts stars, and they're worried about hexavalent chromium, if you've ever seen that movie. This is chromium in the +4 oxidation state. So chromium in the +6. The +6 oxidation state is toxic, so you have to be very careful with these. In this case, it's actually very difficult to stop this at the aldehyde. In fact, we don't typically try to stop these under these acidic conditions with hexavalent chromium. The alternative here is sodium chromate, dichromate, CrO7. And a secondary alcohol is converted to a ketone. All right, so that's Jones oxidation. We could look at some of these specifically. So often we use these long chain alcohols with sodium 2Cr2O7, sodium dichromate. This would be in the aqueous solution. We go all the way to the carboxylic acid. So you should go to the end of the chapter or to this section and practice problems with that. Now, what's better is the reagent that we'll call DMP. That stands for Desmartin per iodinane and has the chemical structure and then this iodide has 3 more acetates attached to it. So again, we can use abbreviations, DMP for Des Martin, the two scientists who discovered and developed it, peroidenane. This is an hypervalent iodine species. So with DMP, we can convert, in particular, a primary alcohol to the aldehyde. Typical solvent for this is methylene chloride. Okay? So this long chain alcohol, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that we had just a minute ago with DMP, now we can convert it to the aldehyde efficiently. And these are typically greater than 90% yields. All right, so that's oxidation of alcohols. Remember this limitation. That you can't oxidize that carbon if there's not a hydrogen attached.